Alright guys, so Georgia beats Kentucky 35-14. Georgia covered. Good teams win, great teams cover, as they say. I don't have any stats in front of me right now, but Georgia played very, very good. Gunnar Stockton right there with a running touchdown. He had 2 of those today. Dylan Bell had 2 touchdowns. And Cash Jones had 1. So a very great day for Georgia. Great bounce back. I said Georgia would roll Kentucky in the pregame video, and I've said it all weekend. Well, I was right. Georgia indeed did roll Kentucky. And credit to Kentucky, they did score late, but this game was close at some points. At one point, it was 14-7. Kentucky had scored a touchdown, and then Georgia threw a pick, and they did nothing with it. So that evened out, and then Georgia scored, and then, it's 21-7. There was a controversial call. Kentucky did complete a catch, but for some reason, it was ruled incomplete. I won't argue with the call. That stops Kentucky in their tracks. And then their kicker misses a chip shot field goal. Now, I have not seen a replay of it, so I do not know if it was blocked or it was blocked or he just missed it straight up. But whatever it was, he missed it bad. And then after that, Georgia takes control of the second half. Elias Robinson makes up for that bad play last week against Alabama with a great pick. Very, very late in the game. It was a very hard play. He had to get both feet in and leaning into it. But that was good for Georgia, too. Just a great performance overall. Georgia looked unstoppable today, and that's the Georgia we all know and love. Mike Bobo called a great game today. And, that's just the Dawgs that we know that we could be. Yeah, 35-14 might not look like nothing to some schools, but it was a really great day today for Georgia. So, great win, just a great win for Georgia overall. In general, Georgia State does not, or Georgia Southern does not play today. Georgia Tech does not play today, and the Falcons do not play tomorrow. That does mean when we do our recap video, it's just mostly going to be about Georgia next week. But as far as today goes, just a dominating performance by the Dawgs, and you love to see it. Georgia's next game is Auburn, and Auburn is very, their record does not prove how good they are. Auburn can be scary. It's at Jordan-Hare at night, and Jordan-Hare is one of the most toughest places to play at night. And you add on, it's going to be 7:30 kickoff. That was announced today. Georgia and Auburn, 7:30 kickoff, so just get ready, because it's going to be an absolute war. Georgia and Auburn also play tonight in hockey, and they also play Monday night in hockey. So hopefully Georgia wins those games. But yeah, Georgia football versus Auburn is going to be a war. Some basketball teams are starting their exhibition and their parties and stuff like that. So everybody's we're about to be at the best time of the year when we hit November, December, January. College football will be in its best months. College basketball will just be starting, and then you've got all the other sports. Just a great time. And here's Georgia and Kentucky highlights right now. Maybe they'll first some stats. I don't have Gunner's completion, but here's a run. He took it. He got rushed, dove into the end zone like Stetson Bennett from 2020 against Tennessee. The run in the middle kind of like Stetson Bennett right there. At this point, it's 1 minute to go in the first half or first quarter. After this right here, Gunner on the RPO option got a great block from Lawson Lucky to put it in. So it's 14-0 at this point, 21-0. Mike Bobo with the jet sweep reverse to Dylan Bell. 35-14 final. Just a great performance for Georgia. 14-14, Alabama and Vanderbilt are tied at halftime. Florida is up 19-7 on Texas. That's not shocking, by the way. I don't have any other scores because the scoreboard at the bottom is just showing Alabama and Vanderbilt. Cincinnati won 38-30 over Iowa State. Michigan and Wisconsin. I believe Michigan won that game, but I don't believe it's final yet. There's Michigan for a touchdown. Yeah, 24-10, so that is the final. Wait for one more score. It's Boise State and Notre Dame. Virginia and Louisville are tied 14-14. I wonder if this Boise State game live. We'll go watch that if it is. Yeah, 14-7. So, once again, Georgia wins at 35-14 over Kentucky. Georgia's running game was great today, but we still got to get offensive line fixed because Gunner got hit multiple times today. That looked violent hits, and we can't have that happening. There was one hit near the end of the first half that kind of looked like Carson Beck against Texas, and we just can't have that happening. So get better offensive line, but running game was great today. Nate Frazier played great today too, which you like to see. I'm just so glad he's doing better after last week. I know that must have been tough mentally, so I'm glad he played really good today. And Georgia, outside Puglisi, I meant to mention that Puglisi threw a pick. Now, no matter what a certain Gonzaga writer makes you think that Puglisi was better than Gunner Stockton, it sure does not look like it now, does it? That pick led to a touchdown just a few plays later. That's how Kentucky got 14, but mostly clean day. Gunner did throw a pick, and that pick happened, but you know, you can't complain when you win. 35-14, final score. The Dawgs beat the Cats. Georgia has not lost to Kentucky since 2009, so the dominance over the Kentucky Wildcats continue. Georgia on top. Dawgs win it. Virginia Tech did lose, unfortunately. And like I said, Georgia Southern and Georgia Tech and them did not play. I'm sure Georgia State's playing. If they play, they might be later tonight, unless they're playing now. But the final score, the only game that mattered today, Georgia 35, Kentucky 14. Go Dogs.